This is James Lupton, and I'm delighted to be joined once again with Mauricio Sulaiman. Mauricio, how are you, sir?
Fine, James. I'm very happy to be once again with you.
Thank you for joining me. We're going to start at heavyweight. I'm sure you knew it was coming. That's Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. It's an unbelievable fight, probably the best fight to make at the division, in my opinion. Tell me, first of all, how excited are you to be a part of this fight?
Very excited. And it is very gratifying because the WBC has played a major role into this fight happening. We have administered the division with a vision of being free to have the undisputed championship fight. And we have also sanctioned already the rematch. So there is nothing in the middle that could potentially get in the way of this great fight happening. And regardless of the result, I believe it's going to be a very, very competitive, very entertaining, very important fight. And having a rematch would be for the benefit of the fans and both fighters and the industry. So I'm very excited. Tyson Fury is a special champion. He is one of the most loyal ambassadors that we have. Always the WBC, always proudly displaying the WBC logo, the shirts, his caps. If you saw the Tyson Fury episodes in Netflix, everything was WBC. So I feel a very strong bond as a person, as a friend, and as our champion with him and his family. About Usyk, he's a unique personality. He's so important as a human being. He was WBC champion in cruiserweight. Now, since moving up to heavyweight, consistently has said that his dream and his goal is becoming the WBC heavyweight champion. And now it's coming. He's my dear good friend as well. So this fight in a specific is difficult for me when there is so much friendship with both fighters. But I have the absolute brought up by my father of the absolute impartiality. The winner wins regardless of who he or she is, and will be our proud champion regardless who wins the fight.
You mentioned you've already sanctioned the rematch. There's nothing that can get in the way of this fight from happening. How important was that for you to be involved in to make sure that this got over the line to have an undisputed heavyweight champion?
Very important. We promoted the idea of having the undisputed champion since Wilder was a champion. At one time, we put a 10-month stop on the activity when they were very close of having Wilder fight Joshua for the undisputed. And we continuously kept on doing this. Last year, we ruled a final elimination between Wilder and Reese with the understanding that the possibility of the undisputed was there. So we didn't change. When Wilder didn't fight Reese, we did not try to jump in and force any less valuable mandatory at any time. So we have ruled that we will sanction February 17, and we will sanction the rematch. At this moment, there is no mandatory process in the WBC to avoid any legality or avoid any situation which could get in the way. And what is coming on December 23 is a natural tournament of eliminations for the WBC. Why? Because 8 out of the 10 fighters in heavyweight are ranked in the top 15 by the WBC, including the top 4. So it's a sensational event, a top elimination process, and that could be part of the WBC's process for the next mandatory contender. But I'm just very, very happy with what is happening all around the world.
You mentioned December 23rd, the Saudi Arabia card of heavyweights. A night of reckoning, I think, is what they've called it, or day of reckoning. Please correct me if I'm wrong, which way it is. In terms of Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, number 1 and 2 at the division for yourself, if they both come through successful, is that the natural mandatory for the Usyk Fury rematch winner in the future?
Absolutely. That would be a natural final elimination to determine the mandatory. However, you have Frank Sanchez, who's number 4. You have the WBC Continental Americas champion from Canada. I'm sorry, I forgot his name at this moment. Well, you have Joseph Parker. I mean, these are really good fights. You cannot rule Parker or Wallin out of these fights. Anything can happen. But if victorious, Wilder and Joshua would be absolutely natural final elimination.
You mentioned the other guys as well, a bit further down the rankings. Your Frank Sanchez, the guy from Canada you mentioned there, Aslanbek Makhmudov.
Magdovov, yeah, thank you, Magdovov. Wallin, Dubois is number 14. We have Filip Kurbovic, number 11. Dubois, Parker, Sanchez, Magdumov, Joshua, and Wilder. 8 out of 10 are ranked in the top 15. So it's a great card, and it's going to be historic. Otto Wallin, number 14.
I mentioned it's, how exciting. I ask you how exciting it is to be a part of it for the WBC. From a fan, Mauricio, I know you're a boxing fan first and foremost. How good is this for boxing to have these fights happening now?
It is a dream come true. It is a moment that we have to cherish. This is unprecedented. This is a new world we live in. And His Excellency Turkey is positioning boxing into the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, into the Middle East. And we are hoping this is to stay. Not only a few events here and there, but a continuous effort to give boxing back to the world. Boxing has been a very popular sport for not decades, but centuries. And now with a new view, with a new promotion structure, is a great complement to what happens every day all over the world. Boxing is boxing, will always be a great sport in every country of the world because there's poverty and because there's a need to fight, and there's a window to become someone in life through the sport. So whether it's amateur, whether it's only recreational, whether it's professional boxing, and then championship boxing, and then the highest level boxing, it is a worldwide sport. And what is happening now in Saudi Arabia is a great platform for the sport, for everyone.
Absolutely.